found this picture that I took, which is like an old camera of my dad's or it's actually my grandfather's, that he gave to my dad from like the 1930s. So I took a picture of it and I really liked it. So I thought, oh, well, why don't I try it with this? So here's the scanned photo. So we printed out using this sort of paper, which is like projector paper. This is projector paper that we printed the photo on. And so it's a little bit rough on the outside. And what we did is we put it onto a plate like this, and we just laid it right on top and stuck it into this machine right here, which does all the work for us. And it basically embosses the print right onto the plate.
Somebody donated this light machine, which is an old commercial exposure machine, many, many years ago. We were down on the 4th floor. And we started using it when I found out about solar plates.
So we just need to soak the paper for a bit before we print it. So while that's soaking, we can start on inking the print.
I think this is a very good ink. This is the Gamma etching ink.
Now we're just going to take a few dollops of this ink. Alright. So now what we want to do is get just a paintbrush and rub the ink all into the cracks of the photo. We want to make sure that it gets all into the cracks because we're going to take most of this ink off, so we want it to just stick inside the parts that have been embossed. So now what we want to do is take this fine mesh that Rusty has and we're going to start wiping off all this excess ink. We don't want to get in and take out the ink that's already been put into the cracks of the picture on the plate. So just kind of going in like a sort of sweeping direction gets it from all different angles also. This is the most tedious part of this process. So as you can see, hopefully, the ink is starting to come off a bit and you can sort of see the orange poking through. And so if we just continue this for like a little bit longer, then even more ink will begin to come up. We're going to take some really thin paper, like in a foam book, and we're just going to start to rub the rest of the ink off, so it'll give the picture and the print a nice smooth look.
It's better to have a photo that has a strong image in it and a nice contrast between light and dark. But otherwise, any kind of subject matter can work quite well.
As we're getting closer and closer to the end here, even more and more of the ink's coming up, so the parts that were embossed now are full of black ink, and the parts that weren't are a little bit more orange.
Crank away. It's always interesting to introduce something new, and it's always sort of anxiety-provoking too, because you don't know if it's going to work, you know. But I think keeping my teaching vital and also just keeping interest in the class, always trying to introduce something new or some variation on some idea or something.